Aibowan and Vanakkam. Welcome to this presentation following Unite to recap what I shared with you at Unite. My name is Jean-Marc Lambert, and we spoke about Secrets of Ceylon and the brand where I've representing some amazing experiences that you may or may not have heard of. And if you're not selling them, you should be selling them. So firstly, we have Eco Team and their four sub-brands, Mahura, Big Game, Explorer by Mahura, and Ask Coconut. And these are all about wilderness experiences while camping, but they're comfortable camping. It's not roughing it out by any means. The second one is Aditya, a beautiful boutique property in just before Gaul, and more about that in a little while. The 9-room beach property in Nilavli called Sea Beyond. Tabula Rasa, just after Gaul, a spectacular 25-room property. Villa Hundira near the airport, and the Nines in Marissa, deep down south near the whale watching, which is unique because it has one room with 8 bunk beds, so fantastic for multi-generational families or groups of friends with children. And then Stafford Bungalows, a masterpiece in the hills of this. You can press pause now to just picture where each of these properties are if you weren't as familiar, but I won't spend time repeating myself on this slide. And if you want to fast forward, this is a reference of the order that I'm presenting with, because obviously I'm trying to condense quite a few experiences in a short amount of time. So first, Eco Team, brainchild of Anuruddha Bandara, as we call him, AB for short. And all of these experiences are all about sustainability. They're about wilderness preservation and offering you truly unique experiences. And everything is connected by the bonfire, storytelling, and really high-end guides. So we don't sell accommodation, we sell experiences. It's all about the cuisine, locally sourced, and bringing out the seasonal best. It's all about making sure that families are happy on safari, on camping, because if your children are happy, you are happy. It's about romance and creating those right opportunities for renewal of vows, for proposals. And we love having professional photographers. We whip seats out of Jeeps. We have bean bags. Drivers have been taught where to position the vehicle. You get sunlight behind them, etc., to get the best pictures. And we offer very carefully curated night drives and night walks. So the first property I want to share is Ahas Coconut. It is in near Balangoda or Beli Huloya, which is between Norelia and on your journey down to Nawalwe. So you pass the property. It's a bushwalk camp, so it's all about walking. And when you arrive, you have a 20-minute walk to the camp, and you learn about the flora and fauna. You then have these beautiful, pristine forests that you are living in, and you set out for walks to visit waterfalls, to look for elephants, to take in the beautiful views. And most of us have seen elephant, nothing new there. But when you see an elephant on while you're on foot, it's an experience I can't tell you. This is my little video. And the elephant heard me, so he got up on a little rock and he raised his trunk to try to sniff us out. I mean, it's just fantastic experience. And it's about the little details when you're walking through the forest, you come up to this clearing with a beautiful view, and you're tired and you want some refreshments, and lo and behold, it's already been set up there by a secret elf. The accommodation is very comfortable. It's a stilted accommodation. These tents are beautiful, they're unique, they're traditional, and they're canvas. You are in a lap of luxury with fantastic views, with your old typewriter. Think about how people of a bygone era traveled, and this is how it is, where people moved ahead and set up camp for you, and you were the important person arriving. That's the kind of experience. The toilets and the shower and the flushable toilet are this room. The toilet room is bigger than my living room in London. And everything happens at Eco Team around the campfire. At the end of the day, you share stories with other guests before going to your individual tables and having a set menu. At Ahaspokener, we are in the middle of nowhere, so there's the night stars are amazing. There's no light pollution, and so many people will enjoy the night bed for a little while just to talk, have the light, have a nightcap before going back to their own bedroom. The second brand is Mahura, where we're based at the three main national parks, Yala, Udawala, and Wilpattu. And we have a second brand, which is Explorer, which I will touch on in a moment. So it's all about slow travel. It's learning about the birds. It's walking on the edge of the national park because you can't walk inside, to learn to see the small things like the tortoise, to learn what the elephant ate and dissect elephant poo, and we have our own vehicles, we have our own guides, which we take you into the park. At the end of a long day, you need a nice refreshment, and dinner, as I said, is the bonfire, and then you come back to your individual tables for your dinner. And this is the elite tent, which is a living room plus your main bedroom. And behind the bed head is your shower and your toilet. This is a sneak preview of a new tent that we're going to be creating at Mahura. The first one will be ready in a couple of weeks, and we will be having small plunge pools also. So now to talk about Explore by Mahura, it's the similar product to Mahura, but we set it up in one of many national parks, less known ones. We set it up the day before you arrive, and we take it down the day after you leave. So for example, at Madhuraya, this is the setup. I love this one because we set up the tents and you are on the edge of the water. So you don't need to go and look for elephants. You just sit there, relax, sip a beer or a glass of wine, and the elephants come to the watering hole. Another example is Kumuna, north of Yala National Park. And here too, we set up, in this case, by the river, so you can enjoy a dip before meals. And another place is Dambana, which is where our indigenous people, the Vedda community, live. Now, we don't go into the Vedda community. We don't believe in disturbing them and bringing the the disease, the bacteria that we have. So we've set up outside their village. We've set up an official residence for one of the Vedda chiefs, and he comes out and greets you outside the camp so that you can. It's like meeting the president. You don't meet the president in his personal home, you come to his official residence. Big game is the same as Mahura, but in Yala, Udawala, and Wilpattu, next to Mahura, but it's the lower frills option. It's mainly for groups and people who are on a slightly lower budget. But the services, the activities, the experiences are similar. For example, at Mahura, you get your exclusive Jeep and guide. In the case of Big Game, you go into the park with others. So you're sitting in the Jeep with others, two or three others that may not be part of your group. Second brand that I want to talk to you about is Aditya. This is a fantastic property on the beach just before Gaul, and dining options are on the beach, in the garden, or in the main restaurant. There's a lovely pool, and many of the rooms that you can see above there have small private plunge pools on the balconies. And it's a beautifully manicured garden. The service is impeccable. And more recently, they added two villas, one up, one down, two buildings. So there's four villa rooms, but you can take the two up and down, and you then have the pool. If you're taking only the ground floor, you get the pool because the upstairs room, which has a separate entrance, has a jacuzzi. And so these are the premium rooms within the property. The next one is the Nine. The Nine is a futuristic looking building. It's several stories high. It's just on the other side, over the hill is the beach. So it's 5 minutes walk to the beach. And I love this place. I came here 2 years ago, just before lockdown, for my wife's 50th birthday. And we were able to enjoy this big living room space. We took out the whole place. There were 18 of us, so 8 children, 10 adults, and it worked out to be really cost effective. The outside area for sundown drinks and evening drinks. I'm sorry, I should have gone behind and shown you the pool on the first slide. There's a huge pool on the ground floor, and up the flight of stairs are the rooms, the five rooms. The rooms are lovely with fantastic views, but the most amazing one is the eight beds, bunk beds in the children's room, so you can really have the children together and have fun, and it works out very good value for money. The next one that I wanted to talk about is Villa Hundira. Indira and Rolf are the owners, and they live in this property across the lagoon from the airport, so it's great for the start or the end of your stay. Um, it is all about relaxation. It is acclimatizing and learning about Sri Lanka. Indira is an interior designer, and so there's beautiful. The house is just spectacular. The plants, the little artifacts. There are a lot of ornamental pools, plus two swimming pools. And one of the things I really like about this property is there's no dining room. So there's 7 or 8 places that they set up dinner and breakfast and lunch, and you can rotate between them. So you're never dining with other people, and you're often dining, most of the time, you're dining open air or semi-open air, and so it's very relaxing. And then we have Tabula Rasa. Tabula Rasa is owned by Anouk and Arnoud, a Dutch couple, and they've built this masterpiece just 5 minutes from the sea. First, I thought, oh no, I can't sell a beach hotel that isn't on the beach. But when I stopped to look at it, I realized A, you can go to different beach bars and you can enjoy different food, different atmosphere. So that's one plus point. Number two is this place is elevated and the air is crisp and fresh. Very often by the beach, you can feel a little bit muggy and humid. There are monkeys running around. There's beautiful flora and fauna, and it's a beautiful setting. So in the evening, it is just a place to die for. Some of the rooms have private plunge pools, and they're individual villas, very spacious rooms, and there's a lovely spa. Stafford Bungalow is has been around since 1884, and it's a beautiful colonial uh, villa, just 4 rooms. It is a lovely location just outside Norelia, but close enough to go into the Norelia town with a lot of activities to do in and around there. And it's your real traditional tea planters bungalow. And it is a great place to relax and unwind after the first few days of your tour, where you're doing a lot of traveling and you're going into the cultural triangle to come into the hills to enjoy the cooler climes and to learn about tea. And then we have Sea Beyond Nilavli, a wonderful property with a lagoon leading out into the sea, so it's always calm for swimming all through the year. Beautifully designed by one of our leading architects, and it's a great, relaxing, chill out place with a local feel to it. So that's some of the properties in a nutshell. I'll be following up by email separately with specifics that we discussed, but I wanted you to be able to have a look at this in the meantime. And because in the short time that we had, I wasn't able to present all the properties to you. So thank you very much. Ayubowan and Vanakkam.